Polls open in just about 45 minutes in Virginia, 1 hour and 45 minutes in D.C. and Maryland.
To take a closer look at some of our local races that you'll see on the ballot today, we're joined by Professor Filippo Trevisan from American University.
Filippo, thanks so much for joining us. I think we have to start with the primary question. What are the key issues driving voters to the polls?
Certainly, the parties have had different views of what those should be, but the economy is one of them, inflation, the price of the gas pump. In other races nationally, crime, but also immigration, and certainly the overturning of Roe v. Wade for the Democrats.
Let's talk about Maryland and the local governor's race between Wes Moore and Dan Cox. Interestingly, Governor Hogan has not endorsed either candidate. Do you find that unusual? And also, Dan Cox has been endorsed by former President Donald Trump. How important are those endorsements?
That's certainly unusual that Larry Hogan would endorse anyone. I mean, it's in line maybe with his previous behavior within the Republican Party as setting himself apart from Trump-supported candidates. Endorsements are important, but I think we're going to see a change in government in Maryland, and that's being quite a long way coming, frankly. And a pretty historic election for Maryland today, with probably the first black governor.
Taking a look at the importance of the midterms, we're talking about the balance of power in Congress. So let's walk through these scenarios. The Democrats remain in power in Congress, or if the Republicans pull ahead, what does this mean for President Biden's agenda moving forward for the remaining years of his presidency?
Clearly very big implications for the president. If the Democrats are able to retain at least one of the two chambers in Congress, it may bode better for them. If it's a big night for the GOP, clearly the Biden agenda is going to be hampered by that and very difficult. Let's remember that President Biden had a big unity message at the beginning of his presidency and during the 2020 election campaign. And so some Republicans may want to go back to that and try to work with him and his government if they're in the majority in Congress. But it all remains to be seen, and certainly big implications out of tonight for the next 2 years.
Oh yes, it is. It is very interesting, and we've all been watching it very closely. I'm sure you have as well. What are you watching closely?
I think locally it's going to be interesting to watch some Virginia races. There are 3 districts in the House of Representatives, the 2nd, the 10th, and the 7th, that are going to be close, and I particularly think it's interesting to watch the 2nd district, where in all 3 of these districts the Democrats are defending. The 2nd one, really, it's a neck-and-neck race, and they're very even, and it's impossible to really know who's going to win at this point. And depending on how that race goes, we might see the country going, in the next few days. Some of these elections we might not know the results, the final results for a few days, but I think the Virginia races are going to be, some of the first ones to be called, and the ones that we're going to get a clear indication of whether this is going to be a big night for the Republican Party, or less so of a big wave, a big red wave than some are expecting.
Republicans are expected to do well tonight, so we will see if the analysts and the data holds up. Filippo, thank you so much. You'll be joining us in our 6 o'clock hour to talk about that a little bit more. Make sure you stay with WSA 9 all day and night. We'll be streaming special election coverage starting at 7 o'clock tonight on our website, our mobile app, and WUSA 9 Plus. That's our app for Roku and Amazon Fire TV.